Hey, it's Clay at claytrader.com. This will be a live trade video where I try to capture some of my trades as they play out live. Real quick, when I say live, what I mean is that I'm recording myself right now in real time, seeing the formation, seeing the data for the very first time. In other words, I don't know what's coming next. So if you are looking for a video where somebody's doing a trade recap or talking to with hindsight in their favor, this won't be a video for you. But if you are open to the idea of an unscripted, raw, nitty-gritty look into what it's like to be a day trader and how day trading can play out, I'm confident you'll find value in this video. So I will pause the recording software for now, and I'll be back at market open. I like 174 here as potential long on Tesla if it can get up to 174. So we'll see if that can come into play. But as of now, it's looking like it wants to pull back. Maybe even a 172 entry if it wants to get down that far, but that may be asking quite a bit of it. But I will go ahead and pause for now, and I'll keep looking around. Okay, watching 192 here, short at 192.06. Let's see if we can get some movement to the downside here. Took off 150 there, still have 100 shares left. Have 50 shares left. Could very well be getting a double bottom here. But let's see if these last 50 shares want to give me that break of 190, because it may not be a double bottom. That is a very real possibility too. So let's see if this thing does want to get down through that 190 mark. Knocking on the door, there is the break. Fantastic. Took off another 25 at 189. See if this thing wants to push down even further here. All right, I'm going to call that good for a nice $275 score. Ooh. You know, sometimes, there's been plenty of times where, for those of you that have watched videos, and I've had a couple of choices, and I pick one, I'm like, I picked the one that didn't quite work, or I picked the one that ended up getting me. But here, no confirmation bias. I picked the right one, because had I bought that break of 174 on Tesla, that would have been a loss, as it would have broken and then completely just failed. But I saw adsk and I took that trade, and that one worked out beautifully. So here's one of these situations, because it's easy, right, to say, well, I always pick the wrong one. Are you sure you always pick the wrong one, or is that just some confirmation bias in your thinking? So here, no, this is one where I did ultimately, how cruel of a move was that? To buy 174, have it come down, knock you out, and then potentially return back upwards. Okay, I will go ahead and pause, but yeah, starting off the day up 274. All right, watching 191 here to try to get short. Just 50 shares, because this one has proven to be big spread, and I knew all that going in, but because of that, it's not going to also take a whole lot to make some money on it. So 50 shares may not seem like a lot per se, but there's some opportunity there. But let's see if it wants to come down to 191 to even begin with. All right, so as it bounces back up, I'll go ahead and pause. And I should also note, 50 shares, Thanksgiving is tomorrow. So, and at this point, I want to go into Thanksgiving making some money. So if I'm wrong in this next trade, it'll cost me right around $100, which will still keep me in the green, and in the green in a very kind of crazy way when you stop to think about it. Because even if I'm wrong, and let's just say 150 or $100. If I walk away with $100, in less than 30 minutes, the day before Thanksgiving, is that what is that what I'm wanting? No, not necessarily per se, but still $100 in less than 30 minutes, day before Thanksgiving. That's kind of crazy for sitting around pressing buttons at home. I'll take it. But again, 191 has got to come into play for any of this to even really matter. But, you know, that's where I'm at right now. Not looking to go red on the day. But I am willing to lose a little bit of it because I have a bit of a cushion at the 274 mark. But like I said, that's where my mind's at. All right, I'll go ahead and pause. So an even better scenario here potentially forming if I can get in at 192, and this is being based off of the 2-minute chart here, which is off screen. But yeah, if I can get 192, then my risk is actually going to be even less. Assuming that nothing much changes, that I can get in at 192, stop 193. So risk $50 for potentially more than $50. But like I said, first off, step one of all this is it needs to get, okay, well, never mind. The risk profile has changed. Okay, never mind on that one. Like I said, that whole premise has now changed. And not much I can do with it. So, all right, I will go ahead and pause. All right, 193 I'm now watching. In at 193. Like I said, risk is right around the $50 mark. So let's see if we can get at least the 192 area here, which seems reasonable. That's not even the VWAP. So let's see if this thing wants to come down to the 192 mark. The 192.30 all of a sudden providing some annoyance here. Let's see if it wants to get through it. There we go. So there, nice. Got even more than that. So took half off. Now let's see if we can get even more here. VWAP though, so very, very, very realistically could bounce off the VWAP, especially in this overextended state, but let's see if it wants to push down through. So it makes sense why it's struggling at that area, but let's, there's no guarantee that it will for sure struggle and for sure bounce. No guarantees in the market. I'm not going to give it forever, but let's see if it wants to push down. Look at this. So there we go. All right, there we go. Might be in business here. Let's see if we can get the push down through 191. In my mind, that should set things off nicely. So there we go. Took off 15 shares here. Again, I only had 50 to begin with, but I'm going to still deploy the same habits of letting things work for me, scale out. You know what? I think that's good. So there we go. $349.76. I'm just going to say $350. But I know some troll is going to show up. Well, Clay, technically it is. I get it. Can I just say $350? It's Thanksgiving tomorrow. Are we in a good mood? Well, by the time you watch this, it is Thanksgiving. So, hey, be thankful that you have the internet to even watch this video, okay? Don't spend your time trolling around like that. But on that note, I am going to go ahead and wrap things up. It is 9:49, so 20 minutes, day before Thanksgiving, $350 in my pocket. I am very, very, in all seriousness, and for those of you longtime members, you know I say this all the time, I'm very grateful for it. Dare I say I'm very thankful for it. To sit around and to make $350 in 20 minutes, perspective matters. And I know I say it all the time, but I will continue to say it. It's very easy to get disconnected from perspective and reality when you look at social media. And you right now might be saying, that's it, Clay? All you made was $350. I saw so-and-so make $3,500. And for that person, fantastic. But would you go up to somebody that makes, let's say $100 an hour. Would you go up to somebody that makes $100 an hour and say, I made $350 in 20 minutes. I'm not very happy about that. You would come across as very not thankful, very greedy. So like I said, always keep that in mind. What's minimum wage? What's $50 an hour? How are your results looking to that? And that's a great way to keep yourself grounded in reality. But that is all I have. So a couple trades, they both worked out fine. I know in hindsight, I should have done more than 50 shares, but you got to remember, I could have been wrong there, and I didn't want to give back those gains, as I said. So you always got to be factoring, thinking through that whole risk equation. But I'm very, very happy with it. So $350, 20 minutes, day before Thanksgiving. As I mentioned, when you're watching this, it will be Thanksgiving, assuming you watch it when it goes live. So on that note, I wish you a very, very happy Thanksgiving. And we all have a whole lot to be grateful for, a whole lot to be thankful for. And I am grateful for you as a subscriber, as a viewer, and I appreciate it, and appreciate all you commenters, even you trolls. I love you too. But yes, have a great Thanksgiving. Take care. If you enjoy these live trade videos, hit that like button, leave a comment down below. First off, thanks so much for watching the entire video. Real quick, before you go, I want to invite you to a live webinar, web class, training, workshop, online event, whatever you want to call it, but it will be me live revealing to you what I've discovered that has allowed me to transform myself from being an employee to being my own boss, including how I had only one losing day out of 73 days in total. I'm going to cover 3 keys that have helped me unlock profitable consistency within the markets. The first key is super weird, but in a productive type of way. The second key is super awesome because it quite literally is wired into our DNA as humans, making it very easy to use. But in a cruel way, this becomes a pitfall for many traders. I'll explain it all though, including how to avoid the pitfall that it creates for some. And yeah, the third key, when you hear it, sounds way too good to be true, but it's not, and I'll show you how it all works. Then at the end, I open it up for a question and answer session that is, again, totally live. Even if you can't make the live session, please still sign up as it will be recorded, and you can go back and watch the replay that I will send you. Click the image on the screen or click the link down in the description box so you can get the date and time and claim your spot, which I should note is limited due to the fact that this truly is a live event. If you have any questions, let me know. If not, I'll be seeing you soon.